We don't need any songs to come back because we're back, everybody, with the Tangent Podcast on the Drunken News Game Show.
That was aggressive.
Super aggressive. But I'm coming in hot this week.
But first,
the doctor's in the house. All right, let's make it hot. Since
someone also has a rant.
Ooh, rant.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yep.
That's you, pal.
Yeah, maybe you spent
Also-
too much time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I was hoping I should have been my week this week.
It should have been
Should've been my
Justin's
week this
rant.
week.
But
Shit.
you cheated.
I cheated. I cheated bad. We saw me get caught.
It was your idea
To
to
cheat.
close your eyes. You told Brian, close your eyes.
Well,
and
because
then
I
you
wanted to
cheated.
cheat harder.
Yeah.
And if his eyes were closed, the cheating could have worked.
Not in front of this guy.
Well, I didn't realize that we had a fucking snake in the grass, okay?
Oh, God, Mike's throwing.
He likes the
clipboards.
jokes. I made him laugh so hard he dropped that. Everybody, you can't see him, but it's true.
Lies. All right, so we doing the rant?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
All right. Ready, set, go.
So for those of you that don't know, I do the video editing of this podcast on youtube.com/pixelatedpoints. And if you want to listen to last week's Drunken News Game Show, apparently Justin and I tied with 3 points. But if you actually go back and look at the score, Justin ends up with 2 points, and Steve kind of fucked that one up. And then it's collusion all day. Collusion between the two of them, and then cheating on this guy's part. So I'm just
All right,
saying,
it's over.
Yeah, 30
rightful
seconds,
winner.
30
That's
seconds.
not 30 seconds.
Bing, bing,
It was
bing.
31, actually.
This guy's out of here.
Wow.
I'm sitting here with a halo over my head.
Collusion.
Collusion.
I'm going to go back and take a gander.
Collusion. And, well, the funny thing is,
bottles.
Steve, is that you wrote it down, and the way that you wrote it down, it was like +1, +1, -1. And so you just added them up and said 3 instead of like 2 or whatever it was. It was
So
like
your
plus-
math sucks.
Yeah,
basically.
you just added an
I
additional
probably meant
one.
to give him a +1. It's probably a great joke.
No, it was negative. He sassed an old game, and you just said, "What? Fuck you, -1."
Seems like something I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like I earned those points, even though it was a mistake. It was like nature's way of keeping me in the game.
So collusion and cheating. And
You can blame Mother Nature for the collusion.
You still ended on the
still
bottom.
lost.
Let's move on from this fake news onto new fake news. Final Fantasy VII
Sources!
Remake undergoes major development changes.
Which one?
The remake for
The
7.
the lullaby one, the nap one. So Final Fantasy VII gets a remake, or I should say, remake undergoes major development changes. I don't know.
For what purpose? Does it have like, was there something broken? What's the deal? I mean, the game came out like 14, 15, 20 years ago. How
Well,
long
it's
ago?
the new one that they're showing off.
Right, yeah.
Well, they're bringing the production in-house with less of an emphasis on external collaborators.
That's always key.
Cut out the middleman.
Yep.
The information is already available online, but I've taken charge on the development side for Final Fantasy VII Remake, revealed Hamaguchi. Until now, development was moving forward with external cooperation, but the company has decided to shift to an internal setup, including mass production and quality, because we want to control everything, including quality, on a stable schedule.
So they must have had beef with the other people on quality, it sounds like.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. They plan on releasing these episodically, so it's like a 3-part series. So there was 3 discs in the original game, so they're going to do 3 parts released. And I believe they said the end of 2017 was going to be the first episode. You will not. This game will either get canceled before it's out, or it'll be one of those things where it's like Final Fantasy 13 Versus that eventually turned into Final Fantasy 15 that was released like 12 years later. So I don't think you'll see this game on the
Ever?
PS4
Or ever.
generation. I mean, you'll be lucky if you get this in 2020.
Well, someone said that. It was revealed that Final Fantasy VII Remake might not be released until 2020.
So that's some 2020 hindsight, Brian.
Give him a point. Steve.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I do the hard work. He comes in with a quip, kills it.
Gets the point.
It's called The Leftovers, baby. Gobble them up.
All right. Well, you know what's left over? Capcom's Monster Hunter series is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Get a point for Steve, dude. I like that. It is leftover.
So we're getting Monster Hunter XX, pronounced Double Cross. It's the latest entry in
Actually,
the
people
action
probably like
RPG
that.
series. It's an expanded version of Monster Hunter X, which was released in the US in 2015 as Monster Hunter Generations. Double Cross came out in Japan in March and hasn't been yet announced for the West. So I guess we're getting a Switch version.
What,
Interesting.
is it in Japan or are they bringing it to the West?
Right now it's just Japan.
Okay. I also
on
saw
the Switch, or it's on its other?
it's on the
thing?
Switch.
Only
It's
on the
also a limited
it's-
edition
right.
Switch. So there's like the dock
it's
and the
fucking
Switch
sick
itself.
Or is it
no?
shade
It's gray, but it has like a bunch of details and decal work in black. It's cool looking,
I think I actually might have seen this.
but I don't get Monster Hunter. I just don't get it. I don't get Xenoblade. I don't get Monster Hunter. I don't get any of those games where it's just like run across this empty field and fight this gigantic monster. It's just not my thing. I just don't get it. I'm not excited about it.
Me neither.
Gary, I know it's your jam.
I have nothing to add to this conversation.
I think it's gonna sell a lot of fucking Switches.
Yeah, I
Maybe-
mean,
Well, in Japan for
In,
sure.
So-
in Japan for sure.
so this is only a Switch game. That's what you just
Is
said.
it a brand new game or is this a remake of a?
It said that it was.
It's just a predecessor in the series and
it
made
was
specifically for
it's
that.
an expanded version, so it's kind of like an expansion pack, I guess.
like a game of
Like a
the
So
year.
can I buy this game on the 3DS?
No, you can't buy the full. It would be like buying The Witcher, and then this is going to be the Witcher game of the year with What is it? Hearts.
With the DLCs and
Blood of
stuff.
Stone and
So this is
Blood
an
and Wine,
updated version.
Hearts
You're
of
not going to be able to
Stone.
get
Thank
it on
you.
the 3DS. You're not going to be able to
no.
get it.
So this
anywhere.
is
You gotta
this
get a Switch.
exclusive thing to the
Yeah,
Switch.
I mean, there's people who fucking love this game. Like
yeah,
Lighthouse
Japanese.
included. Yeah, Anthony.
I know I have a few colleagues at work that enjoy
Probably
Monster
fucking
Hunter
Chris.
as well.
Like, I don't know if he plays Monster Hunter. He probably does. Fucking creep. Dixon? Yeah, he probably does. If you're listening to this, you're a creep.
Apparently, Dixon's a creep. I watched Wonder Woman with him. He was very, very pleasant.
Yeah, he's a creep. He plays Monster Hunter.
I don't think he does.
I don't
but
think he does.
I think Justin's over here spreading fake news.
Yeah.
I feel like he did. But hey,
You know what I feel like?
I'm not
A
here
new
for facts.
RPG for the Switch by Square Enix.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we're getting a title called Lost Sphere. The game bears similarities to the studio's previous effort, like I Am.
Setsuna.
There we go, thank you. It is heavily influenced by classical 16-bit RPGs like Chrono Trigger, featuring isometric viewpoint, a revamped action time battle system, as well as a melancholy story. So this is coming for the PS4, Switch, and PC. Square Enix hasn't announced a release date for the title yet, but the publisher says it will arrive in early 2018.
Game looks awesome. What's
Posted
even
the
better?
music. Music was fucking...
Beat me to it. The music is so good.
Well, Square Enix usually does, their games, Final Fantasy and stuff like that.
Well,
have
yeah,
good
but
music,
this
right?
It looks
This
a lot
is-
like Final Fantasy VII, to be honest. Like,
Well, it's
Graphic-wise.
top-down, isometric, like very similar to like what Chrono Trigger or Secret of Mana would look like. Similar kind of to I Am Setsuna.
I don't remember that one.
This is brand new. I Am Setsuna came out in like last year or the year before that, so the last 2 years. So I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'll play it on Switch or PS4, but it's good that it's coming to the Switch.
It needs something.
I agree.
Yeah.
Did ARMS come out yet?
No, that comes out later this month, which I am excited for. You don't have to.
I
use-
kind of saw a video that didn't look that shitty,
People are saying it looks really good. Someone said it was like this
but I just don't know.
Generations Punch Out,
I've
which
watched,
gets me
like, a
like
20
what
minute
game? Are we talking about
gameplay
ARMS?
yeah, an arms
of
boner.
arms, and like for me, it's just not even close. Like as a fighting game, like from playing, I was just playing Injustice, and
Well, it's like an arena fighters.
Yeah,
Because it's like,
and it
it's
could have
weird.
just been like I was watching someone play with motion controls, and like that was
from what I've been reading.
You should beat Punch-Out first.
Oh, wow, whoa,
Or
whoa,
Glass Joe, at least.
He beat
I know
Glass Joe.
some- I did 3 rounds.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
it.
Don to Don Flamento or whatever.
Von Kaiser. Don Flamenco is number 4.
He's always gets hands up here. That's no way to fight somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
what?
mean, I don't know much about the game. It's just, to me, it's not one of those. I'm still waiting on a game for the Switch that's going to be like to grab me.
That it would have been Zelda, but it's gonna be Mario if that's your cup of tea.
Yeah,
You're not gonna
I'm
get.
still waiting for Skyrim, but
We all are.
once Skyrim comes out, I'm sold. But
I'll
it
give you a
just
point for
didn't.
that. We all want Skyrim.
It was
More
for me like
Skyrim.
ARMS. I know they're play testing it. I think this weekend.
Yeah,
now,
they're
so by
doing
the time you're listening to it, the second
punch
play
tests,
test
yeah.
is the punch
Is
test.
it this weekend or last weekend?
It was
It was
last
both.
weekend, and I think
Oh,
it
they're
is
doing
this
another one this
weekend as
weekend.
well.
The gameplay that I've seen of it, I mean, I could see people having fun with it, but to me, it looks like a game that's just gonna come out
5-6 matches, you put it down,
and then
call
it'll
a
put
day.
it down. But then there's like
Is it multiplayer only?
No.
No,
Okay,
so there's
that's
like a
good.
story.
At
and
least
stuff like
that's
that.
good.
But like the progression and getting more arms and having different combos of arms will be fun at first, but then especially if you're playing online in a game like this, people are gonna find like the 2 arms that are like
The best.
the
yeah.
cheapest is what I'm gonna say. The cheapest arms that do the cheapest moves, and then it will turn into kind of like one of those fast.
Yeah,
But
I think it could be fun for.
I think it's gonna be
like
good
a
for
group,
it.
like couch group,
Like a
fighting,
wonderful guys on deck.
guys on deck, and
Or
we're
guy
just
on deck.
you know beating the shit out of
Two
each
guys
other
on a
with
couch.
arms. You know,
yeah. But we always will have 1-2
looks nice.
switch. So
Yeah.
it looks nice.
You know what's not
cool.
cheap? Talk and rumors. Someone put these in good order because we got more fighting news. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's roster readies up.
So
Sick.
someone leaked the roster to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, or seemingly. Missing a lot of
Sources?
characters, which I don't like. But Steve,
Maybe they'll make you pay for them. Is that how
maybe.
games do shit nowadays?
We
Bastards.
got so I don't want to read all these.
Yeah, don't.
There's 16 characters.
Give it to Brian.
Yeah.
He seems to be into it.
So on the Capcom side, you're gonna have Arthur, Chris, Chun-Li, Dante, Firebrand, Jeddah, Monster Hunter, Morgan, Nemesis, Ryu.
Monster Hunter?
Yeah, so
Like the character Monster Hunter?
yeah, probably like a character from Monster Hunter. Ryu, Spencer, Strider, and X, which is Mega Man X, and then unknown character. Some people might say it's Frank West from Dead Rising.
Oh, that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Right?
So who are you missing? Who's the guy you're looking for? You don't have.
he hasn't finished all the characters yet.
yeah, I haven't
Oh,
gotten.
my bad. How many did you
gotten
read?
through it. Well, I did the
You did
I
Capcom.
did Capcom,
I
which
see.
is okay. Marvel, you have Ant-Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Gamora, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man, Nova, Rocket / Groot, which is cool because maybe it's like Rocket Raccoon
Like a
and Baby
combo.
Groot. Spider-Man, Thanos, Thor, and Ultron. So
What about Wolverine?
yeah, I'm still
Magneto?
butthurt about Wolverine, but there's
I know you
no X-Men on here, meaning that
Maybe there's a beef going on or something, or
There's-
like
well,
exclusive rights or some
there's
shit.
yeah,
Sony's got
there's
the rights.
Sony's
to
got the
X-Men,
rights to
Disney's
X-Men.
got the rights to
This
Marvel
and everyone's got the
Avengers.
rights to this. Man, fuck rights are fucking up things for everybody else.
yeah, that's what I'm
What about
saying.
the rights of the gamers, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Fuckers.
just it's like an identity crisis at this point because all Marvel vs. Capcom games have been
Wolverine is like the most used
it's-
character.
Wolverine versus Ryu has been the cover for like ever. So now that he's not in it, especially like
Everybody
I
Have
could
we
uses
see
him.
seen what the cover is yet?
of this one.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing is that they're replacing Wolverine and Ryu. So Ryu's still in the game, which is it's kind of
Yeah.
like whatever, but they're getting the 4 like limited edition statues, which I'm getting because I'm a sucker.
There you go.
Is
Hook up.
Iron
You're not
Man.
gonna have any desk left, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's Iron Man and Captain Marvel versus Chun-Li and Mega Man X. So they're just kind of completely getting away with both of like the faces of the sides and just kind of doing a whole new thing.
Interesting.
Which is interesting.
People
to
will be
say the
crying
least.
out for Wolverine. They
Yeah.
will cry for him.
Yeah,
They'll still buy it.
I'm still, like myself.
Yep.
Still
Okay.
buying it.
All right. Well, Brian gets a point for reading that for me.
Nice job.
It's a
You're
good
welcome.
point.
So the
Sure,
next story is Kerbal Space Program acquired by Take-Two Interactive.
Kerbal. Let's go.
Do you know what this game is?
Yeah, it's like a space simulator, right? Or you have to like make your own.
It's like a space survival type of
yeah, similar Sims in a way, right?
More,
Sim
more.
City. Nope.
Because you
Sims
talked about
actually
this.
would
Didn't
be
you talk
more-
about this before?
We did.
So,
Anthony
yeah.
played it.
Ah, there it is.
So
he did.
yeah, Take-Two has purchased them. This is in a blog post. They say right now we're still focused on Kerbal Space Program making history expansion. We'll continue to keep you updated on our progress. And yes, we're keeping our promise of free DLC for everyone who purchased KSP through April of 2013.
Well, that's nice of them.
We'll continue to work closely with Blitworks on updated versions of KSP for consoles, which will be available on Xbox and PSN digital stores when it's complete. And there'll be a free update for anyone who already owns KSP on Xbox or PS4. So,
Such as your brother, possibly.
So they're just saying that it doesn't really change much. They're still working on future updates, and
They just own it now.
right now, as far as we know, they just own it.
Hopefully, Take-Two's takeover isn't going to be.
I like that. Take-Two
Sometimes it
takeover.
takes
You
two
heard
takes.
it.
Hopefully, that's not going to cause any development or like creative differences for the game, and like
Because it's
DLC
good to
moving
partner up
forward.
because sometimes it takes two. No points?
You get the point.
Yeah, there it is. Give me some goddamn pun points, baby.
I don't know. I get nervous with some of these takeovers because usually the very beginning it goes well,
Yeah, and
but
then
then
it's
like the next game or whatever after whatever they were working on comes out, it's kind of like the Maxis with the EA. Blizzard's kind of that way now with Activision purchases to a lesser extent.
yeah,
but like
no,
these big
it's
takeovers
still there.
of,
It's still very much there.
you get the all seems good and then boom, it's like
Well, they go through the honeymoon phase. It's like, hey, we did this great thing. We're all happy.
Or if
yay.
they hit a
And then
snag in the road.
things
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
like, well, it's
kinda
not even
fall
ours.
I
apart.
also
Yeah.
think like what happens probably too might be, this company buys them and then the culture changes and then some of the people
Don't
like
like
it
it,
and
leave.
they leave.
And
I
then
mean, look
they
at
lose the
Halo
core.
with
Right.
Bungie
Right.
and 343 Industries. Like Bungie is doing extremely well now. They got out of Halo. 343 took over, and now people are leaving 343. Justin had an hour-long interview with a 343 ex-employee that now works for Blizzard. So he's
seems very
writing
happy.
his piece on our website.
Yep. No,
Coming
I'm not.
soon.
I'm not
No.
doing that.
Just say no, Justin. Just say
No.
no.
It's too bad.
But yeah, no, it happens. It definitely does happen.
It's just a shame. But yeah, I think to me, I just always go back to the EA Maxis. That's been the most egregious to me. The original purchase was good, but then
The next
SimCity
game
took a
that
shit,
they,
took a bath, and then The Sims never really captured that original success.
Rosebuds, baby.
Rosebud.
Rosebud. Give me that money.
It's a good one. PlayStation Plus June 2017 games list leaked for the PS4. So it looks like we're getting
Some cacadatos, if I remember correctly.
Killing Floor 2, Life is Strange. Life if Strange?
Is. That's
Oh,
probably
they
a
fucked up.
typo.
God damn it, PSU.com.
Damn it, PSU.com.
Almost gave I
Son of a bitch.
IGN a bad name. Is it
discredited IGN.
fake news? What other? Is there any like PS3 or Vita games on that, or is it just the PS4 ones?
Two Vitas.
I'm not seeing anything about anything else. This is the rumored list.
Oh. Well, Life is Strange is cool because you're getting the full season. Killing Floor 2 is not my type of game, but
I
for
have it.
fans of horror,
Yeah, I have it. It's I have it on PC though, but it's a multiplayer only game.
Really?
A lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, it's multiplayer only. It's horde mode. It's like zombies in Call of Duty.
oh,
I had no idea. I just purchased it. It was on a Steam deal.
$2
It was like a couple bucks. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Some zombies killing floor? Like cool." And I bought it,
Man,
and
you're
then
gonna
I
be
played.
so broke now that your PC's back here.
Well,
I told Justin,
$2
I'm
at a
like-
time.
Yeah, I told Justin like the
Well, like
Witcher's.
$80,
Yeah.
80 games at
No,
$2.
no, $1 a day keeps your savings away. Yeah, no, I get
Yeah,
it.
no, it makes
You're
sense.
fucked.
But yeah, no, I was telling Justin like The Witcher 3 or The Witcher's having a big sale right now.
Yeah, so you can get the second one too, right?
I'm gonna buy the first one for $1.
Why not?
I'm gonna buy it.
Are you gonna play it?
I'm gonna try to.
It's not a matter of playing.
Did we
It's
put
a
the
matter of
Xbox
buying.
ones in the news?
What?
Did we put the Xbox ones in the news? Can we jump to that if we did? Because the Xbox got some good ones coming out this month. The free
Oh,
games.
yeah? You, wanna,
Do
you
they?
brought your
You're
own
close to
news?
losing a point on telling me what to do. How I feel about that.
I don't think they. One, I don't think they did, and two, I didn't.
I
Yeah,
don't think
Dragon
they
Age
did.
Origin is going to be coming out in the end of this month, and I want
Yeah,
it.
Well, we're
I
jumping ahead
guess.
to more fake news.
All right.
Just to make a note, this guy fucked up the title, the name of this game twice, Life is Strange, in the story, but somehow the headline is correct.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You should
You
send a letter to
sad.
his editor.
You played some of Life is Strange though, haven't you?
I did. I did play a little bit of Life is Strange. Life is Strange is kind of a telltale walking, like play your own adventure type of game, but then you're allowed to rewind time and redo things the way that you want to.
You see how things play out. And
Yeah,
then you go
and
back
then
like
you go back like
so you don't have to use the
5
quick save
minutes.
technique that I used to do.
Well, it
Makes it
encourages
nice.
you to do that.
Right.
So you have the ability to like. So you'll say one answer, and if you don't really like how that person responds, you can rewind time and choose the other one. But then it's like both of them aren't the best answer. So you're like, which of the less of the two evils is it? And I didn't really like that because I felt like with Telltale, it was more of like a gut reaction. This is what I like. It gun to my head. This is what I have to do, and you have to live with that consequence.
Yeah.
As where this is like.
I saw someone
I
playing
can
a little
weigh
bit
the
further
pros
on in
and
the game,
cons.
and I watched this scene where like there was a guy that was sitting in a chair, he's tied up, and you were trying to free him, and someone kept storming into the room, and there was certain things that you could do, put in front of this person, and stop him from shooting the guy that was stuck in the chair, and the guy kept the guy that was playing kept fucking up and had to keep rewinding it, doing something else, rewinding it because this guy kept getting shot, and so like. I've never played it before. That scene in particular looked interesting because
And it is. There is a scene.
I've
Sounds
heard
like a puzzle.
I've heard some people like
You
actually
kinda-
like really enjoy
Yeah,
it.
and it is one of those things where people really do enjoy this game. I just felt like it's not. It's a unique mechanic that I feel like kind of gives you the way out. It like you're not
Didn't it
responsible
come
for
out
your consequences,
episodically.
Your actions.
your actions. Thank you.
Didn't
Yes,
it, come
it
out,
did.
It came out in an episode, so this is the full game.
Yeah, this is the full game. Yeah.
Interesting.
Gary gets a point.
Fuck you. You guys check your cell phones? Steve just throwing in some hotness right now.
That's gonna be saved.
Yep.
Dude, that looks like I just met my boyfriend.
I mean,
Craigslist
you put that
ads.
picture next to my picture.
I'll be sure to do that. Maybe I'll tweet it out.
let's
So
not.
that would be worth a whole bunch of
I'm
points.
gonna say no
Yeah,
to that.
we'll
It's
tweet
my
it
turn.
out on PXL PTS.
God.
Jesus H. Christmas.
So Overwatch's latest patch has big changes for Reaper, Roadhog, and McCree. I don't even think I need to read this. I'm sure Gary's got it
what's
locked
the
and
deal?
loaded.
We
Yeah.
nerfed,
Yeah,
we
I mean,
buffed.
the only one I think we really should talk about is Reaper. Like
I don't know any of them.
So the only one that I really know in detail is the Reaper. I know Reaper and McCree got buffed, Roadhog got nerfed. Reaper, instead of now that once you when you were a Reaper before, you killed someone, there was a health orb.
The
you
orb,
could
yeah.
go over and pick up your health orb. Now Reaper does, every time he does damage to someone, he gets health. But there's no more death orb.
Okay.
So the
How
reason
like
Is nobody
10 to
Oh,
1
Is nobody
or,
playing
like,
Reaper anymore? Is that
depends
what's going
on how much damage. In the max health that you can get is like 20. If
In
you do
one
per
full-
shot?
Yeah, per shot. So that's why like now the people are saying like the tanks, like especially like Roadhog, like is just gonna be feeding
Yeah.
Reaper.
Yeah.
And I was watching somebody play as him. It's insane. And the reason being, and I understand their concept of this because Reaper's had a tough go at it since like all these buffs have happened and all these
Yeah,
new
because
characters.
no one using them. Is that what's going
Yeah,
on?
it's what's happening. And the reason, they said, the death orbs were nice, but in order to get a death orb, you already had the advantage, right? So you already
Yeah.
killed somebody, so now you're getting health to go kill somebody else. Whereas this is like a passive skill where you can stay in the fight and
Longer.
be fighting somebody longer instead of having to already have the advantage of killing somebody to get that reward. And so that's what they've done with him. But like even his like ultimate, if he jumps down and he's on like a slither of health, he jumps down and uses his ultimate and it's hitting everyone, he's getting full health. Right?
So not only is he doing a lot of damage to everybody, but he's regaining his health.
It's pretty insane.
People are gonna need to put
He's-
shots on Reaper right away.
Yeah, he's gonna be the one that's like, all right, there's a Reaper over there. Somebody we need to take
And
him
he
out.
teleports and shit. He's
Yeah.
he's a
He's
sneaky
gonna be
fuck.
a tank killer.
He's gonna be a tank killer.
tank
yeah.
killer. So that was an interesting buff to Reaper, which I'm not against. I'm interested to see how it kind of plays out.
Well, I mean, like, look at everything that they do, though. It's not going to be one of those things where
they'll
it's
nerf
so
him again if they need to.
unbalanced.
Yeah, that you're like, oh my god, this broke the game.
Yeah.
If it was that, they would.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
look
they
how many
can-
times they up and down, diva up and down. Like,
well,
they'll
they
figure it out.
also do this for PTR. Just because it's in PTR doesn't mean that it's actually coming to consoles. They
Good
could
point.
they could bring like if they're like, oh, every 10 damage that he does, you get one health or whatever.
Yeah.
They might go like, that's a little too much. Every 20 damage that you do, you get one health type of thing.
Yeah, so it's
I have
interesting. And then McCree, I believe, he does more damage within 1 second of using his ultimate is kind of what they're doing. So, like, you know,
to
how
clean up after the
you charge when McCree's using his ultimate.
Yeah.
It takes a while for him to get full damage on people. Now he gets like more damage quicker. In his
so it'll close
okay.
in on it faster. All right,
Gotcha.
Correct. So it's a little change to him. I don't necessarily know what they're doing to Roadhog. I didn't really read on.
But they are mentioning that there's a new map. There's they're like the lunar moon base.
Yeah,
looks
we
freaking
mentioned it
cool.
a little bit earlier. I like it because it's the. Did you watch the
clip? Yeah,
the cinematic clip for it with Winston.
it's Winston's like spaceship that he kind of like grew up.
because he's from the moon.
Yeah, he's from the moon.
So this is like
He lives
his
on
base.
the moon with his father, and I have seen people walking around and they have like his pictures.
His father is Doomfist.
Terry Crews.
Dun dun dun.
But they have like pictures of little baby Winston and his father. A couple of like the rooms. Each room is like something else. Like I saw a rock climbing room. Like there's a bunch of just rock climbing walls and stuff
There's
like
the
that.
tire swing in there as well. Did you notice that? Was there 2 uniforms missing from the spacesuits?
Yeah,
It's got to be his dad, right? It's got to be.
you would think so.
Right.
You would think so. So I'm sure there's a bunch of Easter eggs. Blizzard always puts these little Easter eggs into their maps.
Little breadcrumbs for you to follow.
That's
and try
it.
To figure it out.
And then they also have like a section of the map where you can go outside is zero gravity. And I watched a video of 2 Lucios just fighting in zero grav for like ever.
Because no one could hit anybody.
You couldn't kill each other and they're just like flying around and speeding up and
Have you
healing each
seen
other.
the public? It's called Roadhog volleyball.
Yes, that was
Awesome.
hilarious.
Yeah,
So,
so this is
for those
the
of you that
custom
don't
games.
know, it's just a custom match where somebody is Reinhardt and he has a shield up the entire time, and there is an enemy Roadhog that comes in, and there's 2 Lucios on the team, and they just basically shoot him over the net back and forth to each other.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so I mean the custom games, that's what it's for,
Yeah,
right?
just like
and then they
random
also have
goofy
they
shit.
have one
That was what made Halo so fucking sweet.
yeah, it was
Like
the
when they
custom
started
games.
doing those.
Yeah,
Paintball?
what was it? There was one I saw someone playing where everybody was Roadhogs, and it was in one of the maps with the hole in the middle of the map,
Ilios.
and everybody was Roadhogs, and
That's
you could
right.
only use your hooks, and you had unlimited hooks. So
I was trying to hook
everyone was just
everybody
each
into the
other,
hole.
and-
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So it was like Roadhog fishing or something like that. So yeah, no, I mean, we'll see if it actually makes it into the game. The map definitely will make it into
Well,
the game.
map definitely will.
Reaper, who the hell knows? But I saw some videos that were pretty ridiculous. So
Yeah, like professional players and stuff would probably be able to figure this out like crazy.
You said that there was a lot of sniping going on of videos that you've seen.
Yeah, well, I there's a lot of Widowmaker going on in general out there, but I think that there's just a lot of it seemed just
areas.
open area. Yeah, like all these rooms Gary was talking about. If you're like kind of dicking around, standing, and I saw a couple of like hallways or passageways where you can see pretty far across the map. So somebody like Tracer, even if I see you, I'm not gonna be able to shoot you with my gun. But if you're, Hanzo or Soldier or someone
Whatever,
I want
yeah.
another
with
payload
straight
map.
shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Eichenwald was the last payload map that we've received. Everything else has been control points.
Oh yeah. Well,
let's not give the illusion that anyone's teammates are pushing the payload here. Fucking Hanzos and Genjis everywhere.
Genji
Everybody-
is the worst. Sorry. Genji is the worst when he's on a payload and he's just fucking jumping
right.
everywhere.
Everybody loses a point. That conversation went on too long. Journalists fall for fake Far Cry 5 petition. Bash video gamers as dangerous racists. Probably should have looked at this before we
Man,
started.
fuck that guy.
But a fake petition demanding the cancellation of Far Cry 5 surfaced a few days ago, expressing anger at the game's apparent portrayal of white American religious extremists as villains. With fewer than a dozen
That cover seemed that
signatures,
way.
no one took notice of the petition, and it would have been buried until it was shared, or it would have been buried until it was shared in-game journalist circles, where it blew up and spawned almost 24 news articles about gamers being racist basement dwellers.
How rude!
Yeah, so I mean, basically,
We're not in a basement at
So
all.
basically, these like
We're on the second floor, you piece of shit.
these game reporters or people that work in the game industry like took this. It was, I think,
A little
it was
too literal.
satire.
Yeah.
It really was a satire
Yeah.
article, just kind of being like, oh my god, we got to petition to cancel Far Cry 5, and they were just making fun of, everything going on nowadays, whatever. And
people
they
really went
ran
for it.
with it, and like all of a sudden there was like 200 news articles like bashing
It's
gamers. They were bringing up Gamergate and all that other shit again.
Oh my God.
It's really
Gamergate.
funny to see this kind of thing happen where, for those of you that don't know, Kind of Funny Games, Colin Moriarty kind of gotten like shit canned, really. He said he like took a step back from his company that he founded because of a sexist tweet. And then he went on Dave Rubin and explained how the gaming industry is just like stuck in this San Francisco bubble where all of the media outlets are all within San Francisco. So they all think the same. They all feel the same way. So like everybody like this, everyone like went after him and called him a sexist and called him like a racist and a bigot and all these things about a simple tweet. That he left the industry, and then he went on to say like this is how the industry actually is.
Yeah.
And to see something like this happen like 2 or 3 months after he had started to say these things, it's like holy shit. Like
and I thought it was really interesting too with somebody that called out one of the people that published one of these articles and was tweeting at him. You could see the tweets and was telling him like, this is a satire, like this is a fake story. And the guy that wrote the article like wrote underneath, he's like, yeah, I just hope that people like do their own homework and figure it out. It was like, well, you're the reporter here, you should be fixing.
You were the one who
article.
should have done the homework. Like that's your job.
Yeah, so they're just like, oh yeah, I know it's fake, but I just want people to do their own homework and figure it out on their own. Like, it's so ridiculous. But yeah, no, it was interesting because when I first saw it, I was
PC
like,
America
are people
ruins
really going
everything.
after Far Cry 5? And it was like, absolutely not.
No.
Like, why? Who
it's
cares?
an image at this point. That's all it is.
That's all we have.
Image.
We don't have a story or anything going on. But whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no safe space here on the tangent. That's for damn sure.
That's true. Pokeland is the next Pokemon game coming to smart devices. So the Pokemon Company has revealed a new Pokemon game for smart devices, which goes by the name Pokemon.
What, the jumping jellyfish wasn't enough?
It is clearly not.
It's a Magikarp, Justin.
The gameplay appears to look quite similar to Pokemon Rumble, which previously appeared on the Wii's WiiWare service. The game is planned for both iOS and Android, requires an internet connection, and makes use of Nintendo.
I'm so out on this, Steve. I'm out.
No points for anybody, Steve.
In Japan, the game will be launched as a test demo, which features 6 islands, 52 stages, and 134 different types of monsters. Seems that people who will take part in the test period won't be able to transfer their data once the app is. That's great.
Dirtbags?
Yeah, so I don't know. That's all we know.
Well, that seems like a lot of monsters.
It
Are
also
they going to make you buy diamonds?
maybe they're really fucking doubling down hard on Pokemon and mobile right now.
Well, they probably realized, oh my God, all these people with addictive personalities just gave us so much money. What do we do? And they're like, give them more things to buy. And it's just like, that's how all these fucking phone games work, man. I mean, it's stupid. It's really stupid. Fucking A. God damn it. See what you do to me, phone games.
I mean, I don't play phone games that
Yeah,
often.
you want to know why? Because they're garbage.
But when I do, just put it in French. A game within a game.
You were the Dos Equis man.
That's it.
I don't play mobile games often, but when I do,
They're French.
they are fun.
Oui.
It's the only way to make a Pokemon mobile game work.
Microtransactions, baby, coming in hot.
I think we take away negative 20 points on that guy.
That's 1 point for you though. For the just put it in French. That's a pro gamer tip right there.
That's it. That's how we get around it.
I don't get any points for that. Come on.
Matter of fact, you get a minus point.
Yeah, you kidding me?
Make you guys do some extra work. You're welcome. Builds character.
Wow.
We're gonna have to take a step back, guys.
Yeah.
From my mean tweet.
20-second timeout.
Yeah. We get 30 seconds
Of silence.
30 seconds on the clock.
Mike Yabrera
Sure.
tweets Xbox One Scorpio processor pick. That's pretty much it.
It's
Did anyone
it's basic. It's basically this big. It's about 2.5 by 2.5 inch.
You're
there it
pro.
is.
You're now all in on the technology with the Elite PC now.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what this processor signifies?
Absolutely not.
Good.
That's,
good
All
work.
I know is
4K.
It says 4K on it.
That's one of those core processors. You know, they're very important. But
There's-
my 30
well,
seconds is up.
you
There was
can
so many
definitely-
good stuff going
can
on with what
definitely
you said
see that
earlier. He was like,
there's
it's
not-
this big. It
Not a
sounded
core
like penis
processor,
already.
but
yeah.
It's 6 teraflops on that bad bitch, so you know it's good.
It does not have 6 teraflops.
That's what they're pushing, man.
2x2 inch little thing teraflopping all over the place.
You're
My
really
2
trying
inch
to make
thing
this
it was
teraflops
lifted by 2
everywhere.
fingers.
That's
This is where we need to be.
So I put a real CPU story in the news. AMD CPU updates. 16-core Threadripper. Like that name. With
Threadripper?
64 PCIe
Sounds like it saves you from a burning car.
lanes launches this summer. Epic launches June 20th. So AMD's got a new processor coming out. It's based on their Zen that'll launch June?
For a reasonable price?
March?
Was that the one you were talking about?
Yes. It's Threadripper, so it's got 16 cores on it, 32 threads.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, you're speaking Greek.
Is that thing in Gary's that has, it looks like literally a cord going from one end to the other and has a bunch of different ones? It's like a flat, it looks like a belt
ribbon.
almost.
You're talking about ribbons.
So it's not that.
No.
No?
Just say no.
So, yeah, it's great. And this is how big this processor is. It needs a little bit more than 2 fingers.
Ah, all right. That kind of looks like a portable charger.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
I guess.
I don't see
it's
any
like-
cords.
It's like 3 inches by 2 inches. Is that
It's
huge?
very big for a processor.
How big are normal processors?
You can hold it with
Well,
2 fingers.
You just saw the Xbox One.
It's lifted by 2 fingers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2x2, and that's a 3x2.
The guy had a...
That guy,
big-
that guy was fucking a whole fist.
Yeah,
of it.
what if that was like Andre the Giant's hand? You know what I mean?
Or it was Donald Trump.
Yeah, little tiny baby hands.
Little baby hands. So cute.
So, it's rumored that it's going to be priced pretty competitively. So I saw something today. $849 for 16 cores is very good. It's...
I'll take it as face
I don't know what
value.
the fuck.
It's for the man
I don't know
who's
what's going
probably
on.
next in line to build the PC.
I'm not buying a PC. I'm getting married. I don't have disposable income like that.
Oh God!
Well,
You poor bastard.
lawyer up. Delete Facebook. That's what you do.
That just reminded me for some reason. Justin, didn't you this week did you congrat somebody on the sex?
Oh yeah. Are we gonna go off on this little tangent?
I just wanted.
that's-
It was a funny story.
It's
So-
the goddamn
I
tangent.
was finally able to throw Gary's like fucking sweet joke in someone's face. So I was at a restaurant in our neighborhood, a local restaurant, to get a nice buffalo chicken sandwich. It was delicious. I was sitting at the bar and I was just minding my own business, and there's this
You know it's not a lie because it's so specific.
Yeah.
yeah, and there's this older couple next to me, and then there's these 2 young guys, probably our age, and that's the dynamic of the bar right now. And actually, Mr. Johnson, one of the deans, he was there, but it doesn't matter. The 2 old people they strike up a conversation with the young people, and the woman is like pretty on. I'm thinking she's drunk. She's talking nonsense. She's talking to these kids about like, oh, like don't get married, like stuff like this. She's basically talking all the shit about relationships. Meanwhile, the guy she's dating apparently is sitting right next to her. But they were talking. They told these kids. She told these guys they met on like Match.com. She's like, you gotta try Match. That's where we met, and we've been fucking and like. Me, the kids, the bartender, the dean from my high school. He was like sitting. Everyone was just like. Oh, we all like crawled into our skin. We were just like, God damn, this woman's like 60, 70 years old. She's old as shit.
Oh.
These are old people.
I thought you were like talking
no,
like
not
half, like
not
45.
40s, not 50s. Like I'm talking 60s, 70s. Like these are old people. Like they're fucking pounding dust. Okay, it's fucking gross. So they mention it. They're whatever. Everybody starts laughing, and
You sure there wasn't alcohol in that drink?
we leave it alone, okay? And so I finished my food, and whatever. I'm like, see you later, Mr. Johnson. Like, see you later, guys. And then on my way out, I wipe my face, put my napkin down, and I pat the guy on his back. I'm like, hey guys, congratulations on the sex. And I leave, and the crowd goes fucking wild. Okay, the guys at the bar, even a guy at a table behind me apparently was paying attention. Oh my God, it was perfect. I told Gary right away.
He was so excited.
Gary,
As
I got
soon
to
as
tell
got
someone
this guy-
congratulations on the sex.
He called me. He's like, you cannot believe what just happened. Like, I did it. I finally did it. So then we just started talking about all the different ways that you can
Congratulate
people on the sex, and like
It's always a perfect scenario.
it's always a perfect scenario. It's always a funny comment. So out there, if you want,
You got
can
that
take
opportunity.
joke,
Run
throw it
with
out there. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
So
that
you're
was
welcome for just like, I don't know. I
What
think it was
triggered
because
that?
you said you were married. I've said that to your fiance before. Brought that story full circle.
It's not a bad
tangent.
story.
Steve, talk about processors. Or
Yeah, whatever.
cores.
Cores.
Point for Justin. Great story. We're done with that process, so you should buy it. It's going to be fucking great. Last story, I guess, that I have is that Nintendo Switch's online service will be $20 a year. Includes classic games. So Nintendo's launching their up. I mean, I guess they're technically delaying it, right? Because they said it was supposed to be
2018.
2017, right? Fall 2017. It's going to be 2018. But
They're gonna wait for the games to come out for it before they give them to you for $20. So this is like the
there was an
Xbox
update
Live.
to the story because there was some confusion when it was originally announced that the monthly plan for the quote unquote classic games virtual console situation is that it's much more now like a Netflix service.
Yeah, so it's the Xbox Games with Gold, the Games Pass. So at this point now, they're offering it 1 month, 6 month, and a year. So 1 month is like $4, 6 months is something like 12, and then a year is $20.
Four for 1 month, 8 for 3, and then it's just 20 for the year.
Not
so
bad.
when you get this, you get to play games online like you can with any other service. But with this, you get a Netflix Games Pass type of thing where any game on this in this service you can play for free as long as you want, as long as you're a member of that service.
Or until they take it down. If something like that ever occurs.
I don't know if like there's no
I
details.
highly
on
doubt
that,
that's their
but
plan, but
it is more like a normal Netflix kind of subscription or the Games Pass, which is a really fucking smart thing to do.
What they should be doing.
Which they absolutely should be doing, but it is delayed until 2018, which is a kind of like, hey, whatever.
Get it right.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like if you hit the nail on the head, you got all these games.
Good to go.
Good to
but
go.
They are only mentioning NES games, which kind
is
of
worrisome.
allows me
maybe
to
they're
believe
waiting?
that the SNES game or classic is coming.
Oh, it's what. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. That could be true.
give them a point.
Did we find out if it
I
was
will give
true?
him a
Didn't
point.
we-
Thank you.
Didn't you say it was true?
No, it isn't. There's no truth to it yet. Although Microsoft's like E3 survey does have it on there too. So Microsoft is like, how did you like E3? And then on the survey it says, how did you like the NES or Super NES Classic from Nintendo? And people are like, that's not a
funny.
thing. And but again, around this time every year, there's leaks, there's fakes, there's all these other things. So take it with a grain of salt. But it's seemingly coming.
It's like an obscure thing to be.
Yeah, no one's really
Pretty
talking.
specific thing to put down on there.
No one's really talking about NES game or Super NES games for this service. It's just strictly NES stuff. So
Which would be.
So
I'd like to see.
Would they hold those games off of the service until the Super NES? I mean,
And that's why they
because
stopped
I think
making
that's-
NES
if they
Classic.
make it in, if they bring the service in 2018, there's not going to be Super NES Classics in 2018.
It's not gonna be Super NES Classic in 2017. It's gonna be like
Yeah, there is.
That'll
I
be-
guarantee you, I'll be the only one on this podcast.
2017
You gotta
holiday,
get one of
it'll
those
be
wireless ones
it'll
for
be
your
set up. It'll absolutely
very
you'll
true.
have the Super NES Classic. If they're making one, it'll be this year
Well, no one's
alongside
getting one.
Odyssey.
People are gonna freak the fuck out now that they know.
But
how
my thing is, why would they not put Super Nintendo games? Because we said this before. The appeal of this NES Classic and potentially the Super NES Classic isn't necessarily the amount of games on it. It's the hardware.
No,
it's the little
I understand
nostalgia.
what you're saying.
No, I'm just
but
saying. No, I'm just.
I'm
saying
we've
for
been
our
talking about
listeners-
Nintendo for a long time, and I know how their brain works, and they're not going to make the right business decision.
Well,
they're going
that's
to
true.
do what they have done in the past, which is they're going to try to limit supplies of this fucking thing, and they're going to wait until they've stopped selling the Super NES Classic to put these games out there and whatever.
And then
It is
they'll go
what it
on to the
is.
N64 one.
Yeah.
Although you guys see the stupid Splatoon online chat thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing was
you need a
First day
ridiculous.
pre-order. I'm gonna wait in line for that badge.
You need a map. You literally need a map to figure out how to fucking use it.
And you can, if
kinda
I,
like
if
setting up
I
this
read
podcast.
things correctly, you can't cross game chat. Like, there's no party chat on the Switch.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
So
you have to be
you
in
have
the
to be
game
playing
chat
same-
of the game.
So
you're
what the
playing.
way
You
that
have
it
to be
works,
playing the same game. You have to have a phone.
I can't be
You have
having
to-
a snack in the
Yeah.
other room talking to you while you're playing.
you
a
need
different
your
game.
phone, you need your Switch, you need a headset, and you need a little squid dongle to connect all these things. So the way that it works is that you have an audio cable from your phone to the squid like connector, and then from your Switch to the squid connector, and then from your squid connector on the opposite side to your fucking headset.
If that's the way you want to do it. Because that's not an official accessory.
Because the other way is you could open the window and just scream to your neighbor.
No, it's a Hori accessory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
I mean, technically, they want you to use speakerphone. I think that's how they envision it.
do you think so?
Good lord.
Well, they don't have an accessory. Nintendo.
Yeah.
I don't know what their preferred method is besides
Calling each
you
other.
have a phone. Like you can't hold your fucking phone and play
What
the game with one.
what I would recommend doing is just using Discord.
Yeah, just use any other fucking.
I mean, that's crazy though.
Just
It is.
get a
That's
fucking
absolute-
headphone jack that plugs into the Switch, and you plug your headphones in it, and now you're chatting.
Well, the problem is that it's
Am
not.
I in Bizarro World?
It's not. So even with the 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, the VoIP solution, the voice over IP, isn't solid. It's great for what it does, but there are better like uses for it, like Discord, Skype. There's other things that do it much better. And Nintendo is so far behind Sony and Microsoft that it's like you should really just not even fucking focus on that shit and just use a third party thing. Like,
Pitiful.
yeah, again, yes, it is, and it would be worse to try and implement something that
a
is
piece of shit.
just
No, I
such
agree
a
with
bad
that.
thing.
If that sucked ass, yeah.
Just go with something else and say we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on games.
I mean,
whatever. That's
It's 2016. We need to get with the times.
it's 2016. We need to get with the times.
What I do hope though is going back to that's a Netflix type thing is I do hope you still are able to buy
Like, you like
The
this game?
games.
Buy it.
right.
I feel like you would be able to do that.
Hey, it was
It
Nintendo
is
we're talking about.
Nintendo. I do err
Two-
on the side
two
of, like,
steps back, one
yeah,
step forward.
Exactly. But yeah, that's all I got.
And
Does
that's-
anybody else?
I think Sonic Mania
It's
also
released in July.
release in August.
August.
August
Heard something
8th,
about that? Yep.
which I'm super pumped for. I already have the full game pre-ordered collector's
you do.
edition. I'm getting.
On
You got the.
Steam?
You're getting the Genesis statue.
Genesis- yeah,
That's pretty
it
dope.
looks fucking dope. I'm getting it for PlayStation.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that. Now we got a release date. Sweet.
Yeah, very very
August.
cool, my man.
Let's go. Sonic. Boom, 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 boom.
Is that it?
I was doing that
That's the end of
for.
the levels track. Isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, we
So that's
need
the
to
end of-
figure out points, and
Rings.
Three-way-
Let's figure out rings. How many rings we got? See, because keep it in the Sonic.
he's really trying to push for those points.
He might because
'Cause I'm
it's a
losing.
three-way tie right now.
Hold on, you doing the math
Blind
right?
rock paper scissors. Let's go.
It is a three-way tie.
Stop it.
Each with
You need me to dance or
positive
something?
3.
Let's arm wrestle.
Oh, that's not fair.
I like the ring joke though. I'm gonna have to. But you've been
He-
fucking up rants, so
I-
we
You
can't give you
remember
rants.
what this kid said?
But
I mean, that should.
this was my week for the rant.
Yeah, you don't
This was
like
my-
next week. You're just gonna come in. And
Should we do no? Because then it's going to be collusion.
we'll figure it out.
It's collusion almost
figure it out.
everywhere.
We're gonna
next
figure
week.
out it's gonna be a surprise next
yeah,
week.
surprise.
Yeah.
So it's
We're gonna
be a
fight to the death,
surprise
and
rant
whoever's
next week.
surprise
Maybe,
rant.
maybe
Well,
we all just
Maybe
scream over each other.
I'll just pick somebody.
Maybe we should get a roulette wheel and just fucking.
We could do that too.
Yeah, or maybe we have to break up the seconds evenly between the three of us.
10 seconds each.
10 seconds each. That'd be
Or
funny.
just say one word each.
Just keep going.
See
around.
how
Oh, you have to do.
Yeah.
See what the
We have to
rant
make
ends
a-
up being.
Yeah. See what kind of rant we
Weird.
make.
Yeah.
So like the
could be
whose
weird.
line is it anyway?
That
That
could
could
be
be
weird.
strange.
That
I'm
could
down.
be weird. Yeah, I
I'm down
kind of
with
like
getting a
that.
little
Yeah.
weird.
All right. Well,
So we might have a 3-way rant going down next
We
week.
don't know what
30
the fuck-
seconds.
no. What do they call it? Isn't that the drunken? On whose line? What do they call that?
I don't
remember.
fucking know.
I don't
The
know.
points don't matter there.
Yeah.
forget
well,
all
did
that.
they hear?
I forget that
It's a
game.
30-second 3-way.
Yes. Hell yes. Next week, the 30-second three-way's coming in hot. Dude, let's go. Let's go.
That's going to be it for the end of the Drunken News Game Show. We're going to take a quick break, come right back with our Twitter handles, what we're doing on the site, and all that jazz. Stick around.